Alright, y'all, we're working on a stihl fs55. It's a weed eater. Ordered a carb, got an email like 2 weeks later, said it's on back order, blah blah blah. So I went ahead and contacted Hipa, and they sent this kit, and the kit looks pretty good. I mean, all I ordered was the carburetor, and this is what I got. Got the brand new carburetor. It looks good. Nothing's really loose. Like, these don't have play back and forth. Not sloppy at all. The bends are just like the factory. Even the screw guides are the same. This is where the throttle cable hooks up. Pretty straightforward, but they sent 2 gaskets, a spark plug, a filter, and 2 extra primer bulbs. And these things are nice, let me tell you. They're thick, not like them cheap ones you buy from AutoZone. Actually, I think I have some. I can, yeah. Ouch. Just a little comparison. Same size. The top one is the Hipa one. The bottom one is, I don't know, what is that brand? Arnold? AutoZone junk. See how foggy that thing is? Look how clear the Hipa one is. Haven't used them yet, but just from feeling it, the quality feels way higher. Like, this thing is hard. This one from AutoZone is hard. This one, it's thicker than the AutoZone one, but look how pliable that is. 2 extras, which is cool. And I'm not going to complain about that. I put all of them up for later. So, what we're going to do today is put this carburetor on this weed eater. It's a pretty straightforward process. I already took it apart, so you don't get to see me dismantle it, but I'll show you how it goes back together. Pretty simple, compared to a lot of them anyway. Right on the end of here is your throttle hookup. So, first things first. See how one end of it's wide, one end of it's skinny. Slide it through, pull it, pops right into the, sits right in there, like a ball in a socket. It comes with, oh, this is why it comes with 2 different gaskets. I thought they was the same, but they're different. This one is the back one, the first one that goes on. Then there's this little pin right here. This pin goes in that hole right there that I'm pointing at. As simple as that. And the gas tank sets on these 3 points of contact. There's 2 rubber ones right here, and then one with a bolt hole. This one just has like a rubber piece on the gas tank. Right here. This is the part that goes over that. Yes, I know it's dirty, I didn't clean it. Oh well. Set the fuel tank on there. Make sure the 3rd hole is lined up, and it literally just pops right on there. Now you want your long line, the skinny one that's not got the ribs, to be behind the ribbed one. Slides right on the top. The long one goes to the top. The short one goes to the bottom, just like it should. Keep that for pinching. And right there, we're almost already done. Now I like to take the back piece. Oh, after I dump the bolts all over the ground. There's only 3 bolts. On this weed eater we took, it had one of those mufflers with the catalytic converter in it. We took it off, felt super heavy, completely plugged with oil. So I drilled a hole in it just to see how bad it was, and it was plugged. There wasn't no fixing that muffler. So I ordered one off of eBay for $17, and it's one without the catalytic converter in it. See, right there is where this belongs, but we're not going to put that in there. It'll run a whole lot better without that. But if it was for a business and not just a homeowner customer, I would definitely put this back in there, because I can get in trouble for not doing that. If someone says, oh, well, the spark arrestor wasn't in there and it was serviced by Josh King, then you know how that goes. People are so happy nowadays. See if I can get you a better view of things. So hopefully you can see this. Starter cover. Well, see that hole? Lines right up on there. Literally just practically just clicks on. It'll line up with all them rubber bushings on there. And you got 3 bolts. Look like this. I think they're T25s. T25 or T27, one or the other. Put them back where they came from. When the customer brought this, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't try to start unless you was dumping fuel down the carburetor. The old carburetor, which is around here somewhere, has the primer spot on the top of the carburetor where this piece goes. 2 of the holes were stripped out, and somebody had already tried to put 2 different screws in it, and it just wouldn't sit down and seal. So it wasn't getting any kind of pressure that it needed. It wouldn't build up any pressure. You could push the primer, it wouldn't do nothing. It wouldn't fill with fuel. Also, sometimes when you're putting these on, you have to kind of pull the rope a little bit to get it to line up just right, to get it to sit on there. Give them a snug. And we're almost done already. Now that that's on, turn back to the carburetor side. I should have ordered a filter. This thing is toasted. Hard as rock. Let's see, where did it go? I normally don't use a gasket right here, but since it came with this, we're just going to use it because it's not going to hurt. This angle matches this angle, so you can't put it on upside down. Set it on there, line up the 2 Line up with the two studs. Nope. I guess I need to get a socket for this. This might be easier to set it up. That way I can just drop them in. All you want to do is get it just tight enough that it ain't going to fall off of there, it ain't going to wiggle around. Don't tighten it all the way until you get your other one on there. Snug them both up evenly. And not too tight either. Because you got to think a lot of these are just sitting inside of a plastic. Them bolts don't go into the motor, they just go into a little plastic manifold. Sometimes when you over tighten them, like on Yamaha golf carts in particular, the intake manifolds on them things break super easy. Simple as that. I'm gonna go clean the filter out. Probably should have cleaned that out. I'll clean that out, I guess, too. Pops off, just in case he's wondering. I'll be back. I'm gonna go clean this stuff and then we'll put some fuel in it and see if it starts. Alright, cleaned them out good enough anyway. Customer probably didn't want to buy new anyway, but blew it out, cleaned it with brake clean. It's like a wool, so it's not gonna melt. Slides right in. Cover. I didn't clean the outside, don't judge me. It's one of those cheap jobs, you know what I mean? On. That's it. It's done. Literally takes no time at all to put these together. I'll get the shaft put on it, and we'll put some gas in it and see what happens. Alright, so I got the shaft put back on it. Clean the head up. We're going to fill this up with gas and start priming it. One thing I always try to do when I get something new like this is prime it, prime it, and prime it. Keep on priming until it starts to fill up with fuel. See how it filled up with fuel already? That's actually a good sign. That actually happened a little quicker than it usually does. It's about 4 or 5 pumps after it filled up. And then I'll let it sit for maybe 5 minutes. And then I'll come back and hit the choke and see if it starts. So, let me get you set up so we can see it if it starts up or not. Alright. See if we can't get this thing to start up. Don't mind the mess, I got customer stuff everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. See these choke up, choke this up. See if we get a good restart on it. Seems to work pretty good. I'm gonna go out and see if it'll cut some weeds. I'd say it works pretty good. So the nice thing about that was that it was bolt-on. Didn't have to tune it in, didn't do nothing. It came factory set. I didn't touch a jet on that one, not the high or the low. Or the idle, matter of fact. And you seen that bogging right there? That wasn't the that's not a carburetor issue or a motor issue or anything like that. It's the trimmer head. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's real stiff. Probably just order him a new one. But that's the cause of that bogging. You would spin and then blah. No, it's only because it's getting hot. I greased it up and everything, but the clearance, as you can see, it's hot. The clearance is 0 right there. I don't know what happened, but there's something up with that head. But as far as the Hipa carburetor, it gets thumbs up for me. So if this looks like something that you'd like to buy, I'd recommend it, honestly. As simple as that was. Bolt on, no tuning required. So like you're just a regular homeowner could buy this and install it by themselves, no professional help. As long as you know how to take the screws out and put them back where you found them, I'd say you have about a 90% chance of being able to do this on your own, no matter who you are. It's easy. There's a 10% discount code. I'll put it on the screen here at some point during me talking to you. But if it's something you like, you want to try, go to the Hipa store, and I'll put a link to that in the description. And order something, use my discount code, and you'll get 10% off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button.